Shalom. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and Shalom out to the brothers out there pushing this truth, man. Today, I wanted to get into the mark of Cain, and which basically is leprosy, man. And I wanted to just go into the scriptures and break that down, because there's been certain scoffers, basically chatting shit on the boards, and things need to be corrected. So if there's any elect out there reading, so they can be edified, so I'll just get straight into it. This is Genesis chapter 4. I'll start from Genesis chapter 4 verse 15 to the point, and I'll go up a couple of verses to get the understanding. So it's Genesis chapter 4 verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Now, if you go up to Genesis 4 and 11, it says, And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Right? So that mark of Cain is talking about leprosy, man, because in the beginning, everyone on earth was basically melanated, and when the Lord put this mark upon Cain, that's when Cain basically became leprous, man, so he basically stood out wherever he went on the earth. That's why he said, if any find him, you should slay me, and we can find that over here in Genesis chapter 2. It says, And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So it says, the point here is it says that Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground. Okay, now I'm just going to do a little test, right? Because if I go into Google and I just type in dust of the ground, and I go into the images, right, there you go. You see, basically it's earth, man. Okay, and the different shades of earth you get, you got your volcanic soil, which is really, really dark, almost black, kind of dark brown, and you've got your, you've got sand and different types and lighter shades, and that's how, and that's how people look, man. Different pigmentations of melanin, and Cain was the first one to be was the first one to go leprous, man. Okay, that means that all the melanin in his skin was basically was taken away. Which that he ain't got the protection from the sun's rays. Is basically, it's a curse, man. Okay, which we'll go into when we go into the law, man. So any kind of confusion there. First of all, that was a spiritual thing. Okay, it wasn't it wasn't any kind of DNA defect or something. It was the Lord actually put a curse on him. The Lord actually just changed him into to be leprous, man. Okay. And hey, the Lord can do that to anyone. Okay, you got people that are still being born with leprosy today, but the so-called white man's changed the understanding of it. Esau's the devil. He's basically made people think that leprosy, I forgot the name of it now, but some kind of it's some disease where you can't basically your body starts like decaying and shit, But hey, the leprosy according to the scriptures is the lack of pigmentation in your skin, man. Okay. I'm gonna show you how important it was in those days, man. To how how grievous it was. This is I'm gonna get the account in Numbers 12 about Miriam, man. This is Numbers chapter 12, and I'll start from let me start from the top. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman, and they said, Have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai indeed spoken only by Moses? Have you not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it, right? And the Lord wasn't happy about that, man. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, Come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I the Lord will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. Basically, I'm going to speed through this in the interest of time. But basically, the Lord basically was cursing them out. He said, look, I'm dealing with Moses. That's, you know, then, you know, you guys don't basically speak out against Moses, man. Okay, there's an order that's been set in heaven. Okay, and it says, verse 10, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, right? And behold, Miriam became leprous. That's the key. White as snow, right? Because Miriam was dark skinned. She was melanated, man. Okay, so when she became leprous, she lost that melanin. It was an instant curse. Like the Lord, I just said that the Lord can do that, man. And it says, and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us when we have done foolishly, when we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And you know, if you go into the birth of the so-called white man Esau, you know, when he came out of the womb, Isaac basically named him Esau, which is Ashashua, which means wasted away is he, man. Okay, because he saw the flesh, he was like, what the hell's going on here? Because obviously there was a difference. Obviously, everyone that time was melanated, man. Was Esau came out, he came out leprous, man. Okay, wasted away. And let me get that account quickly before I go into the law. So this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now the reason why he came out like that, and they described him, is because you could see the blood shining through the skin, man. You know, when you see let me see if I can get an image. It's a newborn baby white. Let's do that, man. You know. So these aren't even newborn, man. Newborn baby white doctor. See that? Yeah, man. You can see the blood shining through their skin, man. Okay. So you know, really, that's why it says red, man. It's describing it. Whereas if his brother Jacob was melanated, man. Okay. And that's why you've noticed when it's talking about Jacob's birth, it's not talking about his appearance in that sense. Because Jacob came out the same as everyone else. So that leprosy that was on Cain, that also went on to Esau as well, man. Because Esau is Cain in the reincarnation, man. Okay? So even if he was to go and, which he did, he went to marry his Hamite wives, okay, which were dark as hell. His children can still come out leprous, man, and through generations and generations, because ultimately it's a curse. People on the comment boards, you know, going into fucking hablo groups and different DNA and all that, but that's got nothing to do with the scriptures. Ultimately, in the scriptures, it's a curse, man. Okay, it's a curse for sins, man. I'm gonna get into that. This is Leviticus chapter 13, right, verse. I'll start from 9. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then shall he be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, right, blonde, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, like when you see these white people getting burnt up, because they've been in the sun all day, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. Right? And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, right, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that have the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, which is these so-called white people, from head to toe, they're completely, you know, unmelanated. It says, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that have the plague. It all turned white, he is clean. Right? So these guys are walking around as clean lepers, man, and that's what Cain was. The Lord put that mark on him, man, that mark of leprosy, and that's one identifier of the so-called white man today. Even though, because the scriptures talk about wheat and tares, it's ultimately about lineage. So you can get Edomites, right, which are from the line of Esau, looking like that are melanated, that are straight up look like so-called black people, man, but they're actually from the line of Cain and Esau, man. The line of Cain, man, so-called white man, you know. So, you know, I just want to clear that up, and Lord willing, that's been edifying. Till next time, Shalom.